Salutations.
Salutations.
We're your hosts.
Clash Rant.
And I'm Rubigold May.
And this is the Delirious Minds Podcast. Welcome everyone to episode 5 of Delirious Minds. Today we will be taking the Visual DNA Who Am I test from u.visualdna.com/quiz/whoami #!quiz.
This test is based off of the Big 5 personality model from psychology, much like the last test we took. However, it is taken entirely via visuals rather than words, hence the visual DNA.
For this test, you are also assigned an archetype based on your results, which is much like some of the other tests we've taken.
Some of the questions from this test ask you to choose a photo from a group of photos based on a question, and others ask you to pick multiple photos based on your preferences. The first of these questions asks, which of these amazes you most? And shows 5 pictures, one of 2 people interacting, a computer chip, a baby, a man on the moon, and the Northern Lights.
So, I didn't think this would be so hard right away. But it is, because, okay, so what amazes you most? It's like technology, life, space travel, and like, again, kind of technological advancements, people, kindness, like sharing, stuff like that. The Northern Lights, which is just cool as shit, and like,
It's
phenomena.
Northern Lights.
Yeah, I do love the Northern Lights. Because I feel like I'm inclined to say either technology or life.
I'm saying the Northern Lights.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't
What's
like
your-
babies.
I'm ruling out the moon and the people. Like, the people and like what that could represent does amaze me, but not more than anything else.
I'm definitely saying the Northern Lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why, because there is like some pull that I do love the Northern Lights, and when I actually saw them for the first time in person, like, I don't know,
so
it's just
cool.
yeah, it's like this weird feeling, I guess. But technology, obviously, I think I'm just gonna say life and therefore click the baby. I don't like doing that, but just like what that represents and like life and how that works and how we're here and conscious and like so many things about that are just incredible and unbelievable. So I'm just gonna do that.
Which is more likely to be in your desk? It's very organized desk or very not organized desk?
Yeah.
Mine's not organized, so that's the one I'm picking.
See, I feel like generally it's more in between, but like even looking around here, like I have these remotes all lined up. They're always in this line, and I
think
put them back.
You're much more organized than I am.
Yeah, I think between these two, I'm gonna click on the more organized one.
The only thing I think is a little silly is the fact that you use boxes to prop up all the other lights.
That's efficient, because I don't want to get rid of the boxes, but they're useless just sitting around, and I don't want to buy something to have the light to stand on, so I use the boxes, and then I can look at them more often. Anyway, yeah.
If life was a play,
Oh,
who would you be?
oh, this is so okay. They have
lead.
captions. The lead is the first one, and that is what I'm clicking.
A supporting character in the chorus line or in the audience.
Damn, this is so deep for no reason.
I hate this.
I can't decide who I think you are, because obviously in my life you are a supporting character. But I'm thinking like if life was a I don't know.
It doesn't say if my life was a play.
No, if life.
There is a quote from a fictional podcast I listen to, Welcome to Night Vale.
I was gonna say, is it that one? Yep.
And it goes, death is only the end if you think the story is about you.
You told me that. I like that one a lot.
I think I'm gonna do supporting character.
Okay. I feel like you could be any of the other ones though.
Yeah, I feel like for me in my life, I am the lead.
Yeah, I feel like everyone
But,
should feel like that.
If I'm thinking about life in general and like how I view the universe and stuff, it feels like I'm just a piece of all of this. So I'm a supporting character.
Right.
I feel like philosophically that's what I.
And I think that makes sense for you as a person, I guess.
Okay.
I really do like the answer of in the audience though, like that the meaning that has behind it just sounds really cool. But obviously I'm picking the lead.
Oh God, what would it look like if you wrote a list of things you could be even better at, and the pictures go from a blank sheet of paper to
some words
to like a full sheet of paper, then
two sheets of paper,
then a whole bunch.
I feel like you can never stop getting better at things is the thing.
Yeah. I want to click the 2 sheets of paper.
That's what I was thinking too, actually.
I think that makes sense for both of them.
Like my first instinct was all the way, but then I was like, no, I probably can't fill that many pages actually. But yeah, I'm gonna say the 2 sheets of paper. Like with the amount of things I want to learn and get better at, like yeah.
Which of these makes society work? It is
Is
a
that
politician
Obama?
talking. I don't.
No,
I don't
it's
think
not.
that's
It's
Obama.
not.
And then it's people standing on a first place, second place, last
Podium.
stage. Yeah. And then
Help. it's a hand reaching out.
That it is a tilted picture because we could very clearly tell which way's down is and
There's a horizon line.
Yeah, but like it looks like it's saying help, and then a whole
Yeah.
bunch of people with their hands together in a circle.
I like those last 2.
I'm doing the like help one with the hands reaching out.
I think I'm gonna do that too, because I do like the ones with everyone's hands together, because I like the message that sends. But I think before you get there, you need to have this first one with the hand helping and whatever. So I'm gonna pick that as well.
If your emotions were a place, what would they be?
I'm confused by this one. There's a
I
sandcastle.
this one.
There's a tent. There's a cabin, a pretty decrepit cabin, but still a house,
A tranquil little like gardening house.
and then a castle surrounded by a moat, or just in the ocean. There's just water everywhere, but it's a castle, a real one.
I don't know what to pick for this.
I don't know what it's getting at. What do you?
Like, if I was depressed, I'd pick that fucking cabin that looks so sad. I don't know.
I think I'm leaning towards the house.
Me too, but like,
I almost like the tent actually, but I don't know.
it's not the sandcastle because that.
With this just being visual and with the images, it kind of makes it more interesting to think about and like why you feel pulled towards something with less reasoning.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
The sandcastle's like it's gonna crumble, like it's
right,
easily. And then the castle makes it seem like you're all closed up and like.
Mm-hmm. Like that's what I was thinking. I was thinking with the house, it's like, oh, I'm pretty stable and I have this foundation and like it's pretty solid, but it's like still could be welcoming. The castle seems foreboding and like.
I'm doing the cabin. I think I'm still doing that, even though
Even though you're not depressed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna click the house.
Okay, that makes sense. What are we most likely to find in your mind?
Oh, this one's fun. Okay, so
this
there's
is so cool.
paint. It's like paint on a canvas, but like art. A computer chip again, which is like technology, I would assume, and whatever. A musical score with a bunch of notes. That's actually looks insane to play. Anyway, a bunch of books at a really cool angle. A blank canvas. Interesting. And
That's so funny. That's so.
I have a blank canvas in my room.
It's just sits on his wall, like it's actually hanging up.
It's a metaphor.
It's not.
It's not. It is now. And then there's a bunch of stacked boxes. This is hard.
No.
All of them. This is for all of them.
I'm between the blank canvas, the books, and the paint. I honestly think it's the paint for me. That's the one that
That makes sense.
Like, I like the books, like, a lot. Like, my mind is filled with, like, quotes and stuff and, like, stories and stuff. But, like, I feel like the paint and, like, the concept of creativity and, like, the admiration of beauty is how I just view things. So
yeah. See, the blank canvas is interesting to me because it, like, makes me think about, like, how there's potential and like how there's nothing there yet and like wanting to start things and like having ideas to fill that with, and like that idea is often in my mind, and like us planning for the future kind of feels like that. And different things we've been talking about a lot lately feels like that blank canvas. Then the technology also is on my mind, especially with AI stuff when we were talking about that recently too. Technology and stuff, and even content creation I would kind of group into technology, though it could be the art and paint too. Kind of feels like that. And then I'm tempted to just say music because there is like almost at all times, unless I'm like focused on something right now, but like anytime there's just downtime, there's always a song stuck in my head, just constant. There's never not a song stuck in my head if I'm in my thoughts, and it's so annoying sometimes. So I almost just want to click that because there is just always music. But I actually think I'd like the blank canvas too much and like the ideas of what that means.
I mean, yeah. I like that one too.
Yeah.
I don't like that though exactly because it's like, what are we most likely to find in your mind? And it's like a blank canvas, and I like the potential, but it makes it seem like you don't have like anything there.
Shit, now I'm trying to think of what are they intending then? Maybe. Like maybe I'm thinking too much about that, and that is what they mean, and then I'm gonna get like a wrong answer because of how I'm interpreting this. Maybe I'll just say the music.
That makes sense for you.
Because, I don't know, yeah.
Self-development.
Ooh, I forgot this has fun pictures.
Wait, okay. What's your archetype?
The captain.
That's so interesting.
What's yours?
The alchemist.
Oh, I remember I remember when we did this.
I think when I first did it, I was the stargazer, though.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting time in my life, though, so...
The captain.
A spontaneous dreamer. You make out-of-the-ordinary decisions, quick as a flash.
See, instead of saying neuroticism, it says nature.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to read through percentages right away, or what?
What does your little caption say?
Oh, an influential achiever. You're on the top rung, where those on deck look up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, openness.
76.
95. Sorry.
Damn it. Conscientiousness?
16.
96. Really? Interesting. Extroversion?
54.
93. That makes sense. Agreeableness?
66.
34.
Interesting.
Nature?
58.
42.
Interesting.
I think that still makes sense for the most part.
Okay, so your high-level openness suggests that you are imaginative, creative, and comfortable with a variety of change, but you can also tend towards individualistic behavior and impractical thinking.
Mine says the same thing.
Okay.
Conscientiousness. What's yours say?
You like to act immediately on impulse, which can be both effective and fun. You can be flexible and respond well to changes in situations, but can easily be distracted.
Mine says you are good at thinking through your actions before acting on an impulse. This helps you to avoid unnecessary stress or trouble, but it can also lead to being a perfectionist. Crazy. Extroversion?
Your high level of extroversion suggests that you experience positive emotions from social situations and activities, so are likely to seek them out and thrive.
What was yours here? 70-something?
54.
Oh, 50. Oh, it's just above 50, I guess.
My agreeableness is 66. You value getting along with others, so are considerate, friendly, and willing to compromise your interests for the benefit of the group around you. As a result, you tend to be very popular.
I mean, in our group.
I guess.
But, mine says you have a healthy sense of skepticism and a strong resolve. You don't shy away from making those tough decisions which can't please everyone but still need to be made. I think I do shy away from those decisions, but okay. Nature.
You tend to have a more realist outlook on life and can be sensitive to the needs of others. Having a greater self-awareness too, you are finely tuned to what feels best for you and value the safety of knowing what to expect.
I think that makes sense. Mine says you are calm, emotionally stable, and are less easily upset in times of uncertainty. You don't necessarily experience more positive feelings than others, but you're just less reactive. I think that's very spot
on. So there's all these different outlook.
Optimist.
Emotional. Should we read them all?
Do you want to? Sure.
You go first.
Mine says high levels of extroversion combined with emotional stability mean that optimists always look on the bright side of life. This doesn't mean that they don't experience troubles from time to time, but they don't let negative things get to them or bring their mood down. Your naturally sunny disposition means that you have plenty of other things to get excited about. That's pretty accurate.
Mine says emotional people tend to embrace their emotions fully, which means they have lives full of excitement, but it's all too easy to switch between happy and sad very quickly. And it's important that the highs and lows balance each other. There are many times when you would benefit from stepping back from a situation to look at the bigger picture, which I do.
I was going to say that. You would do that a lot.
Character.
Driven.
Thoughtful.
That makes so much sense, actually, just those words.
Yeah. I like that.
Mine says, driven people tend to be concerned primarily with their own needs and desires. They are prepared to work hard on achieving them and always keep their eyes on the prize. You may fall into this category if you find that you can easily become uninterested in other people if you don't think they'll be able to help you achieve your own goals.
Oh my god.
Damn, okay.
That's so funny. Thoughtful people have a very giving and sympathetic character and are genuinely interested in and concerned about others. However, they can sometimes lack the persistence to follow through with their positive intentions. Luckily, you're very adept at inspiring good feelings and actions in others who can help carry you along too. I like that.
Yeah.
Self-control.
Determined.
Reserved.
You keep your cards close to your chest and usually seem very laid back, but you know exactly what's going on around you. When you take offense at something, you may not show it there and then, but you're likely to seek a way to even the score somehow. Ooh, that's weirdly accurate. Be careful to maintain a sense of proportion and think about how other people might view your actions out of context. That's really randomly, weirdly accurate. I didn't think it would be. Anyway. Reserved?
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
You may feel a bit conflicted when you've been wronged.
Yeah.
On the one hand, it can affect you deeply, but on the other, you can be scared of saying something about it for the fear of upsetting other people.
Yeah?
The result is that you might direct your emotions inwards, which can be unhealthy. You can't always be the nice guy.
That was a call out. Oh my god.
We don't need to talk about that.
Huh. Composure?
Direct.
Measured.
Interesting.
Mine says measured people have a clear sense of their goals and what they need to do and focus on to achieve them. They tend not to be overly affected by external factors and take unexpected changes and opportunities in their stride. It's crucial to maintain a realistic sense of achievement so you don't let your ambition run away with you. I think that makes sense.
Direct people can find it hard to resist their urges and impulses. In fact, when they really want something, it's hard for them to keep check. Nope. It's hard for them to keep their desire in check. If you find it all too easy to sacrifice your long-term goals for instant gratification or wake up with a major headache the next morning, this might be an aspect of your life that would benefit from a bit more concentration. Interesting.
Taste. Pioneer.
Me too.
Okay.
I like that this one's taste. That's the category.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you. Okay. You're interested in the new and different. Whatever it is, if you haven't experienced it before, you'll want to give it a try. People who share this characteristic also enjoy meeting people from different backgrounds, so thrive in big communal activities where they can learn about new places and perspectives. Yeah, I think that fits both of us. Me
Definitely
going
you.
to Chicago.
Definitely you.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one's interesting. Sociability.
Leader.
Me too.
Okay. You read this one then.
People with this characteristic are likely to enjoy social situations where they can really shine, where they can be in charge and give instructions rather than take them. They tend to be natural decision makers. If you recognize this trait in yourself, remember to think about how other people might perceive your forthright approach.
Natural decision makers is the only thing I don't like there, but action, influential,
spontaneous. That word keeps coming up.
Yep. Influential people are productive, efficient, and quick. They know what needs to be done and they're ready, willing, and able to make it happen. Sometimes your determination might come across to other people as pushiness, though, so it's important to know exactly where the line is between being influential and being domineering. Well, I don't think I'm domineering, so influential is a good word.
Yeah. Spontaneous people tend to be pretty full of energy and love the thrill of new adventures. But that energy isn't always completely constructive. Your spontaneity and impulses might mean that it's sometimes all too easy to drop those serious, unglamorous tasks for the promise of a good time. I do that. But I also don't think that I'm, like, impulsive. Like, I don't just, like, I think I am spontaneous, but I'm not, like, giving in to impulse all the time. Like, I think things through.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Attitude.
Progressive.
Analytical.
Oh.
That's kind of weird, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
People with analytical attitudes are true critical thinkers and like to consider each situation and its on its own merits in order to avoid being influenced by sentimentality or tradition. This leaves them free to think about every angle and option before making their own judgment. If this sounds like you, be careful not to disregard the feelings of other people in pursuit of the truth. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
See, I was sort of reading mine a little bit, and I don't know if I think it's that accurate about me. People with progressive attitudes tend to have a great deal of faith in human nature and believe in education, cooperation, and the free thinking as ways to help develop society. They are willing to try new ideas and solutions and take a thoughtful approach to issues. I don't like the way they phrase this. It sounds like you tend to be seen as the voice of reason in most situations.
I mean, part of that is
like
true,
the voice of reason, yeah.
Mediator.
I don't, like, always have the most faith in humanity, so.
Yeah, that's true. Process.
Dreamer.
Achiever.
That makes so much sense for us.
Yes. Achievers have a real love of learning and very strong desire to do well. That sentence, so accurate. They combine impressive drive, high aspirations, and diligent approach to help them achieve their goals. They're also very adept at coming up with creative solutions to complex academic problems. If this sounds like you, remember to take some time to enjoy the ride. It can be as exciting as reaching the destination.
Dreamers get very excited by the prospect of new ideas and ways of seeing the world, but they tend to lose their way in theoretical possibilities and flights of fancy. If this sounds like you might be seen as a fantastic starter, but not so great finisher.
Oh.
But no one can fault your enthusiasm or ability to thrive in the uncertainty of the new. Force yourself to be a bit more organized, and you'll blow people away.
Huh. Some of these are just really call-outs. It's kinda funny.
The last one is resilience.
Engaged.
Sensitive.
That makes sense. Engaged people tend to take life quite seriously, but are still able to see the funny side and laugh off difficulties when they arise. They're very adaptable and don't view problems as things to stop them, but as opportunities to inspire them to come up with creative solutions. And of course, some humor. That's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like adaptable and the humor part and creative solutions, I guess. Anyway.
Sensitive people are extremely aware of potential dangers and problems around them, perhaps a little too aware sometimes. In fact, they tend to purposely imagine worst-case scenarios. That sounds like you.
That's me.
If you recognize this trait in yourself, rather than let yourself be overcome by fear, use the theoretical situations to stimulate yourself to come up with imaginative solutions. Well, that one's cool.
Yeah,
I think the first time I took this, I got the Stargazer, though. Yeah.
And that's a cooler word that I think probably makes sense.
I like Alchemist, though.
Yeah, that is also cool. I think of those, I don't know what... Should we look at what they all are, maybe, if we can find that?
I don't think you can.
Really?
I've looked around for stuff for this particular one, and I can't find, like, archetypes or anything for it. Do you think that this one was as accurate as the last one?
I don't think it's necessarily less accurate.
I think the last one was pretty accurate, the Big Five.
Yeah, I guess some of these percentages are different, but, like, also the way they explain it is a little bit different, so I don't know. The actual, like, the outlook character, like, those things are pretty accurate for me, I'd say. The percentages, though, overall are a little bit different, but since they came to those conclusions, I think it still is. I don't know, it's really interesting. I
like this one. I just don't think it is as accurate just because it's done so differently.
Right, like, it's more subjective.
Exactly.
But, it's cool, though. And it's cool that they can still get as accurate as they did, though, from that. It's pretty impressive, I guess.
That's why I think this one's so neat.
Yeah. So again, this test is from u.visualdna.com/quiz/whoami #!/quiz. So if you're interested in seeing your own results, we encourage you to check it out, and the link is in the description.
Let us know what your visual DNA Who Am I results are in the Delirious Studios Discord server, also linked in the description.
And thank you for joining us today on this episode of Delirious Minds.